Hello guys! How are you guys doing today?
Hello everyone.
Guess who's back?
Yeah, been a long
Back
time.
again. James is back. Tell a friend.
Uy.
Anyway, thank you so much guys for joining us today. We are very special afternoon here. It's a Friday afternoon here in Dubai. Very special because once again we have Mr. James Kinsat with us, and he will be sharing a bit of his knowledge and skills when it comes to a very popular topic that you guys have been asking for. And I guess you're gonna simplify it today, right?
Especially for the beginners, they keep asking how to start with weathering, how to start with weathering. Weathering there's a lot of process that you can learn, but I think I can create like simplified steps for you to like just start out there. You just need like one like color, for example. Just start with that, and I'm happy to be back, by the way.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while, and I want to continue maybe working on that Zaku.
Yes,
If
we
you
were
still remember that one,
exactly.
we haven't forgotten about that one. It dragged for months already.
Yeah, for months, but we have been busy. It has been a
Busy
busy
one, and you know everyone with the struggles with this pandemic, we
Yes.
have to like adjust our manpower and stuff like that to be divided. But we are happy. The store is busy right now, so come drop by if you're in Dubai. So by the way, there are like promotions that we're running through.
Exactly,
We want to start
exactly.
with that.
While we're waiting for more viewers to come join us, we would like to remind you guys that we have ongoing promotions at the store and online as well. And the promotion runs until the 16th of March. So for our in-store promotion, we have the 3 for 49 SD kits promo.
And I want to add, if you wanna like start and learn, and everyone, I think majority also is hesitant to start weathering their kits because they don't want to mess it up. This is a good chance for you guys to like get some kit, start practicing with that, and it's not gonna hurt the pocket or
Exactly.
in any case.
For 49 dirhams plus tax, you get 3 different SD kits that you can choose from a list.
Yeah, say it again.
3 for 49. And yeah, it's a win-win promotion.
And
really.
I've seen the sets, and it's quite popular at the store right now. So there's a good selection for you guys to like pick and choose if you're into Musha design. There's
Some
one.
Gokuden.
The classic forms like the RX, the Granddaddy is there. How to say?
a lot. There's a lot of like that's the cool
Lightning
thing.
Gundam is also
yeah,
there.
Lightning Gundam. So the
Astray, if you're into
series.
Seed.
Yeah, they kind of mix it
Yeah.
up. So yeah, you can get like some from different series for SD
And
kits.
to remind you also, this promotion is while stocks last. So the popular kits are like, poof, like pancakes going now.
flying out. And this promotion, it's available at the store, so you can come visit us. We are located in Sunrise Building, Al Safa 2 area, very near the Al Safa metro station.
Yes, and there's one more. I
And
think,
there's
for
one more
Tamiya
promotion
Mini 4-wheel
that we
drive.
have for all of you racers out there, or someone that would like to try out Tamiya Mini 4-wheel drive racing. We have a bundle offers available. So basically, we took some of the more popular kits, and then we bundled them with upgrade parts, and you can buy them in very, very low
Yeah,
prices.
so in a way, we kind of like thought of a starter set in a way that you can want to like start getting competitive, because at our store right now we're running like a challenge, the time attack challenge.
Attack,
so
yes.
a lot of the newer guys actually want to compete, but they don't know how to like start with their own sets.
Yes.
This is a perfect bundle for you if you wanna like start modifying your cars,
Modifying,
correct, Paolo?
upgrading them to be more competitive with the time attack challenge.
True. So
Exactly,
Drop
guys.
by. I
So,
want to see you here.
yeah, come and visit us. We have a new racetrack right now, and we will be running the Time Attack Challenge up until Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tuesday, we'll have another track, and all the stats will be reset. So it's a weekly thing. And if you win, you get the fastest time. For the week, you get 1,000 reward points.
See? And to add to that, regarding the new track, this is the first time that we actually did like multi-layered
Three-story
design.
track.
A
Yes.
three-story that goes on top of each other. So we kind of like have these supports that can make us go under or over any track. So it's kind of is special. It's the first time that we did it for this layout, and we will eventually like maybe
Yeah,
higher
that's the dream.
spiral.
Higher spiral, 360 loops maybe. I don't know. We'll try
Yeah.
everything.
We're on it, you can say.
And of course, guys, before we go ahead and move on with the actual workshop, if you guys were watching last week's live, or if you've seen something on our Facebook pages, some updates, we have given out a challenge. And the challenge is help us get 2,000 subscribers in YouTube, and we'll make that mega sale happen. You guys has been asking for it. Everyone was, when's the mega sale? I know you guys are very excited to have a mega sale. Then let's make it happen. The challenge is on.
Are you excited?
I am excited.
You have a list?
I have a wish list. A lot. That's why we are also, us as the staff, we are also very excited. But we can't just make it happen. We need your help, guys.
We also buy the items, by the way.
Yeah, definitely. That's why we're excited if there's a mega sale as well. But of course, so that's the challenge. I think since Wednesday, Mickey, I think we got 100 subscribers, new subscribers. So we got like 100 new subscribers. Right now, we're almost 1,000 subscribers. So we just need 1,000 more. If you have not subscribed yet, please do. If you have subscribed, give us a few minutes of your time. Tell your friends, your family, tell them to subscribe, share it to them, and who knows, they might get into the hobby as well, right?
Yeah.
And regarding that, anyway, since the mega sale, it's still unsure if we're gonna have the mega sale.
Well, it's up to you guys.
It's up to you guys, but something is sure. By the end of the stream, we'll be giving out discount codes. So later on, we're gonna reveal the codes, and as
The
you guys
magic
remember,
wheel.
our handy dandy spinner. This will determine how much discount you guys are gonna get. So join us this afternoon. Stick with us. Try to learn more, and yeah, hopefully you get some discount codes as well.
We're gonna like go run this tutorial on weathering, the basic one, the simplest one. So this one is going to be like really quick. So stay tuned. Then we'll go and discuss about the discount.
The
and
discount.
that's it. And we'll look through all those like who subscribe.
Yes, exactly. And guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to comment your question, especially if your question is about what we're doing here today.
We'll try to answer as much as we can, as long as I can, or if I know it, I'll answer.
You definitely can. By the way, guys, if you don't know James, should we go over your credentials?
No,
James?
no
need for
need, no
that.
need.
Okay, GBWC champion.
No need.
So James, what exactly? So we're gonna do weathering. I know that, but what exactly are we
Working
on?
Gonna be working
Yeah.
on?
So I think they're very excited to see this.
So I picked one model actually. This is my personal project, and I saw that this tutorial actually fits on what I'm doing right now. So I just wanna like quickly show you. So I'll get the kit, the base kit, okay? Front camera, Mickey. So
Ooh.
that's the kit that we're working on. It's the Folk, produced by Hasegawa. It's a Mac, Machine and Krieger series kit, and I love the series a lot. I quite have like a few or a lot,
limited edition ones.
a lot of
rare
models
ones.
for this. I love this line because it kind of is a cross between sci-fi, military stuff like that. If you don't know, about the series, we'll go in depth probably if we're going to like do a live session again with non-gun plus stuff. So probably we'll mix in some resin kits or stuff like that that everyone wants to know about. We'll try to go through that.
And it's a good introduction for them as well. When I joined Otaku, I had no idea what Machine and Krieger is, but yeah, definitely the post-apocalyptic lore and then the designs. It's something to really...
And the creation of this model, the history behind it, it's
a
fantastic.
masterpiece.
It's a masterpiece, and it just blows your mind. And kind of sad because Ko, the creator of this one, doesn't release any new stuff now. So that's the sad part. I want him to keep releasing new stuff, but he stopped. So.
But the cool part is we have stocks of these, and they're rare. So,
in a way, they produce limited numbers of it every year. If you get a chance, get this one. One of the more iconic piece. Like if you see this one right here, the thruster, that's a Yakult bottle when he created it.
That's the concept behind Ko Yokoyama.
Yeah,
He was using like everyday items to create the models.
So, well, we'll go back to the model.
Okay. But I've seen you've already started on your model.
Yeah.
Is that really 100% finished?
Not yet. So I'm on the weathering stages. Let's get back on
just
this one.
Time. Okay.
So my version actually is to go quickly. We're going to do weathering, right? But now, as you can see, that part I already did subtle weathering, and you can see that it's a shiny build, so it's a high gloss finish actually.
Which is you're going outside the norm again?
Yeah,
usually
I'm not following the mock color that is military concept colors, because my concept is tada. It's a racing folk. So I got to the scheme of my favorite racing team actually, the Golf colors. I love that color a lot and incorporated it with a folk. So now it's all finished. I actually took out the gun, just to like describe it. I took out the gun, I scratch build and kit bash parts here to like create more engine bay detail, intakes, battery blocks, vents.
it reminds me of a pod racer.
Yeah,
from
pretty much
Star Wars. Yeah.
So I'm on the last stages, which is my weathering. So luckily, this doesn't have to be the heavily weathered stuff that I do. So it's in midway, so it's used but not that heavily used. So the reason why I'm working on this underbelly, my concept is pretty much if you're in the maintenance crew, you're gonna like well maintained.
Yes.
So the only thing that goes,
since it's being used, it will have wear and tear, but it will look good. Like it's well maintained. Yeah.
So when I'm doing weathering, important point is plan out what is your final result. Is it a heavily weathered mech, a vehicle? So you have to create your backstory in a way.
Yes.
So
that's very important.
for me, my backstory is it's used. It's a race themed folk that goes around maybe for like 24-hour Le Mans race or something like that. So if it goes for like 3 days, you don't have time to like polish or clean.
Yeah.
So that's my concept. So the underbelly is the one that it's like where the stains, streaks,
dust,
right? Yeah, that will go into that. So this anti-gravity fault. I don't know, Mickey, can you catch the streaks or something? No? Or do you want me to like adjust your camera?
Yeah, I think they can see it. Yeah,
you can see
they
it?
can see
so
the streaks.
These are like the stains and stuff like that. So we'll recreate this, what I did on this side, on this side. So as our description on our live build today is basic weathering in 3 steps. Okay. So I'll show you the materials first.
Yes,
Okay.
please. Yes.
So the materials is basically washes only. So washes, are my three favorite washes right now, especially for this color, like color scheme. I don't want to like really go heavy colors like black and stuff. So now my Starship Wash. I'm using ammo, by the way. Starship Wash MiG 1009. That's it, right? The wash line. And the newer ones, the newer washes that MiG created is mainly for like aircraft guys, but I love to use them too. The PLW, which means panel line wash, deep brown. It's the MiG 1618 code. So that's the bottle. And most of all, with every build that is weathered, this is my favorite like wash, the Trax wash. It goes with anything.
Okay.
So if you can get this one, just to like practice on like the three basic steps, this I recommend. Or if you don't have like an options right now to like get this or buy this washes, but at least get that. You can also use this, by the way.
Panel line accent.
Panel line accent color by Tamiya. I go with the dark brown. It's almost close as the track wash, but this is darker, right? In like tone. So with that, those are your general washes, right? Just one wash if you want to, because I want to like create different hues. That's the reason why I brought the three main one that I use here. So I just want to like explain.
But if they haven't heard of washes before, washes, they're the same as paint.
They are
well,
washes are paint. Some guys use acrylic wash also, but mainly all the washes that I've shown you guys are enamel based. A lot are oil based too, because they tend to like dry slower.
Okay.
So when they dry slower, you can actually have the time to like blend, mix. This one has been cured for a day or two already, and with a high gloss finish, I can still take out some if I want to. If I can see that that spot right there I don't really like, I tend to like go back and like clean it up and blend.
That's the cool thing about that enamel.
Or oil based. That's the best thing that benefits me personally, because I can go back, retrace my work, or like modify your looks.
Yes.
So
Go back to
but the important thing is you have to know the medium you thin. So going to that, I'm using the odorless thinner, enamel odorless thinner. Basically, it's an enamel thinner, but this one doesn't have that
the strong odor.
Enamel kind of like have that. So when you're working with that, wear a mask. Right now, it's automatic.
Definitely. Yeah. We wear a mask every time.
Yeah. So I can also use that enamel odorless thinner with this one when I'm mixing. So I use this one basically for like doing panel lines here, wash. As you can see there, I use dark brown. I don't use black really. Unless it calls for it, but my main
in reality, you don't really get like extreme black for weather.
Like a separation, that creates the black. So there you go. I'm going. Can I go ahead? Or do you want to discuss?
Yes, I think
so.
We're gone over. What are the other things that you have here?
This one washes, right? I discarded the washes. Your thinners. I'll use this. Tray.
Simple tray.
Yeah.
If you don't have that at home, I'm pretty sure you have like other things.
There you go. Bottle cap.
Bottle cap, definitely.
But man, this one is just so cheap. Like it's 9 dirhams at our store, I think.
Yeah, for like
this is like your very important tool or material for
it makes life way easier.
I know you like this one, Paolo, because you're a hand painter, so
So I
figure
have
guy.
a lot of that. Yeah.
This and swab.
Now, if they are confused, those are not your normal Q-tips,
the
right?
normal Q-tips that you're getting at the drugstore,
Superstore.
pharmacy, or
Yeah,
store.
the supermarket.
Okay. Again, you can use those,
Definitely.
but the hobby grade ones I tend to like use a lot because if you use the ones that you can buy at any regular store, you will notice that they have the strands or a lot of
Yeah.
it will like fall
Quite
off while
loose,
you're
yeah.
cleaning. The this one is more solid. It doesn't how to say absorb a lot of your
The liquid.
the liquids or the paint. The other one, instead of you blending or taking out, it absorbs immediately. For cleaning, yeah, I go for that softer ones. But for blending, slight cleaning, or like tip,
And it looks like it has the sharper tip as well.
yeah, so I can go in the
Creases,
corners with this. I can go easily with corners and stuff like that and work with it. It's
Nice.
easy, but with the normal one, it's rounded, no? So
It's
difficult.
round. Yeah.
So the main application,
Wow. Now I'm excited to know about the brushes.
my favorite for
I'll
doing
take them home.
Take them home. I think you have a lot of these.
Yeah, but yours are more
Yeah.
varied.
Yeah. So I have that fan brush by Amo. This lately is my favorite when I'm doing the saw brush, fan brush. It's a saw brush because if you can see the tip, it has that like divisions. But when you're doing streaking or you're blending, it create that drag smart naturally. I can do that with a normal flat brush, okay? But it takes more skill to do your angles. You have to be patient with blending them. But with this, makes life easier. Again,
Yes.
so if you can do your step, one step or two step less, I'll go with that. I just invest on my tools, makes my life easier so I can do more stuff.
That also shows you like how cool it is to invest on tools.
Yeah,
Like,
especially our
the effect
early
that
talks,
these has-
right?
yes.
Investing your tools is the one that we keep repeating.
But of course, not all at once, guys.
Yes.
Buy one at a time when you need it,
Yes.
and then just collect them.
And try to use it as much as you can.
Yes.
Practice with it.
Definitely.
Then this one is a couple of round brushes. So one I'll do to apply my washes, and one I'll do for cleanup. I'll use for cleanup. So that's why it's good. Okay. So I think I can start.
All right. Yes. Let's start.
Okay. First step. And it's not actually the first step. I'll just prepare my like tissue. And at the tray, I'll pour in my odorless
Just
thinner.
thinner. Guys, if you have a dropper at home and you want to be, if you think that you're not able to like gauge it freely, you can use a dropper. But James has done this several times, hundreds, thousands of times. So yeah,
So I
you can
gauge it.
basically gauge it.
So-
Yeah.
That's the amount that I need just for this tutorial. I don't need much, so it's just for blending and moistening my brush. So that actually is there. So I moisten my brush. Shake. So I'm shaking my bottles well, so the pigments that settle at the bottom will go out.
Yeah.
General one. Every
That
pig
is exactly. People tend to forget that. It's very important. Shake.
mix properly. Then I will use the same cap as like my paint tray. So I'll just put it there. That's the tone for the deep brown. Truck wash. See the tone? Ooh. Good for rust, right? Deep rust. That's for creating shadows and stuff. And with everything that is sci-fi, they created a separate one. Starship Wash.
I'm excited to know
Yeah.
the color.
Kinda like had that green tint in it.
Like
Brown,
sludge.
green,
Yeah.
Every Star Wars build that I done with weather,
You've used that.
yeah, especially on the biggest build that I did.
So right now I'm already like getting a lot of tips from you. Like the track wash, it's something that if I don't have anything else, I can use that in almost anything, right?
True.
And then for anything sci-fi,
Yes.
Starship, it's very
Yeah.
it's a
Just
good
one.
Yeah.
Try to practice with one again.
Mm-hmm.
Take advantage of the bundle. You
Yes.
have like good practice with those. So what I'm going to like recreate on that 3 steps basic rule in weathering is a blotches in the side like that. This one. Blotches, streaking. You can see some streaking there. I'll do a streaking and shadows and stuff. So 3. But on those 3, I'll use the same 3-step rule. Okay? 3. Let's simplify everything. So let me try to do the blotches first. Again, please bear with us because very important tip, Paulo. I'll show it right now, by the way. So people tend to do this. They get their wash. They do that. Right? Wet application, everything. And they immediately try to blend it. Well, that is possible. But it will only like create like, how to say? You want me to like focus? Adjust? No.
Zoom in.
Zoom in. Sorry guys. See? So when you're blending immediately like that, when it's still wet and hasn't been dry, you just create how to say?
Smudges.
Smudge area, and you spend a lot of time doing touch-ups. So that
So you
have
don't
to,
really
like,
get
yeah.
what you want to
streaking,
execute.
shadows, no. So good thing with this, don't do this, huh? With my work, it's gloss finish, so I can do this. Why? Start over, clean, ding.
Awesome.
Yeah. Because I protected and sealed it with a high gloss, even polish it. Like when I do like car builds, I go super polish,
glossy,
right?
yeah.
I can do that and clean like any effects that I made a mistake on this. I can create another layer on that. But important thing when you're working with washes is I let it dry. So when I'm letting this one dry, I'll talk to Paulo, discuss some more. Right? So let's go ahead. So moisten your brush. This is your first step, huh? Moisten your brush. Get some like small paint and apply it on where you want to create the blotches, right? So now I'm going to create the blotches. Okay. So I'm gonna pick that spot. So my brush is quite moist now because I dump it first, then I took a paint. So again, one more tip is do not like randomly get into spots, then everything you have to end up mixing. I try to pick my spot and take my time.
It has to make sense.
Yeah. So this one I did like I used the track wash, so it's near an engine. Then I'll take my deep brown and do it on this one. So I'm mixing those both. Maybe on this side. So that's my first step. See? First step, pick your spot. First step is moisten your brush. Pick your spot. Then take your time. Oh, I should have like
You
brought a
have
fan.
to, yeah, blower, hair
Huh?
dryer.
So while I'm waiting for that, I'll do another line that I'll do the streaking, okay? So again, streaking,
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with this. I still moist brush, with thinner, right? So I took a small amount of wash.
That's also a good tip. Like you don't have to mix the paint and the thinner
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah. I just moisten the brush and apply. So this is where I'm going to create the streaking. So that's the the tuna. So while this is drying, I'm going to apply it on another spot for that streaking.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. So blotches. And the other one that I mentioned is blotches, streaking, and shadows, right?
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I mentioned
Yeah.
to Paolo so he can correct me or kill me.
Blotches, streaking, shadows.
Okay. So now shadows, I'll go with Starship Wash. So I'm going to do it probably here. There. See that? So I want to create a shadow effect on this one. So don't worry. Like you just ruined. Like
Yeah. Like you're probably thinking like he's just putting it in there, but that's your first step, right?
Yeah, that's my first step.
Yeah.
I pick my spots wherein I want to like create shadows, my streaking, my blotches. I think of ways where it happens, like blotches usually or stains to like simplify it. Blotches, stains created on engines by oils,
Sometimes friction.
friction. Yeah. Okay. So by liquid or force, and streaking usually is again
Liquid as well, mostly, yeah.
or by air. It needs air to like create that drag marks,
Yes.
right? So this with this streaking, because my fault goes that way, so all my drag marks should go
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Because it's going forward, my streaks will go backwards.
Yes.
Okay. So
Again,
my
it has to
shadows,
make sense.
my shadows, it goes lighter on like open panels and go darker on like corners and or recesses. Important point again. So I think see if you can still see like a sheen in it. I think you're still like almost you cannot touch it yet. We have like a discount code.
Yeah, we do have a discount code. So we're still waiting for it to dry, right?
Yeah, we're still
Okay.
waiting to that. I think we need
So
to like,
while we're waiting, and first let's just say hello to the guys that are watching
who
us
are
right
watching
now.
by the way.
We have Omel.
Hey Omel!
Hey Omel!
Hey Omel! You're in front of us!
Shelly is watching from the Philippines. Hi Shelly, we
Hi.
miss you. Eleazar is watching. Ben Waters. My dad is watching. Hi pa. Mr. Nathaniel Barrera. Falk. Me
Ooh.
watching Master on Works.
Master Nat, I miss you man. Visit me sometime.
Den Vidal watching from Malaysia.
Hey, nice.
And Booz Ray Ramos you're the man. He always watches our live
Yeah,
stream. So
I every time see him. So
yeah.
hi.
So drop by and yeah, we're gonna give out how many characters are we gonna give out?
One,
We're gonna give out 2.
4, 6, 7, 8.
By the way, guys, this discount code will be completed by the end of the stream. 4 lucky users will be able to take advantage of it, but you have to be registered, so you gotta have a free Otaku ME account. Right now, let's go ahead. Let's show 2 characters.
Ho, 2 characters immediately, yeah?
Yes, I just want to give out that discount. But if you guys want a mega sale, you guys know what to do. Subscribe on our YouTube channel. Help us get 2,000 subscribers, and let's make that mega sale happen.
And we would like to thank everyone that subscribed already. We appreciate the support, and your support will keep working harder for you guys to like create content. Right now we're on that stage of like knowing how to like
Pushing
process it properly,
yes.
because we're not YouTubers.
We're not YouTubers, we're just
Yeah.
trying it out. And the goal here is not for fame, but to get a bigger community,
Yeah.
to spread the hobby to more people. So, I know you guys are very passionate about the hobby as well, so we need your support, guys. Jan Weed is saying he's already late, but no,
Oh,
we're just starting
We
out.
just started, so
Yeah.
yeah. Hang out.
So right now we have two characters, W3, and we still have 6 more to go. Go back to you.
Okay, so now I can like work on the first one that I've applied. See, that's dry already. I really like this one. So now I'm going with the cleaner brush. Remember that I have like a brush for applying them. Even if I mix these 3, it doesn't really matter because you want that blend. Now I have like a cleaner brush. Remember, it's just the tissue and your tray. So I'll dump that in odorless thinner. Take out a lot of it. Clean it out with tissue, and here is where you need to like focus. So blotches is like staining, right? So random spots.
Random
So
spots,
what you
exactly.
want to do is like support yourself properly, and I'll do that stippling motion. You can see it properly.
You gotta have a steady hand.
Yeah, so now that I'm stippling, I'm doing it from the outside, the outer ones, stippling, see? I'm doing that stippling effect. You can see, I think you can see it. Dump it again, clean my brush. From outside. If I can see that it's too like wet, I'll take out a lot of my brush and I use that to like blend again. You have to be patient when doing weathering. The first conflict with guys doing weathering, and they know that a lot of guys do weathering just to cover like mistakes.
Yeah.
You can.
Like
It's
what I
up
did.
to you.
Yeah.
But weathering is a longer process. You have to like have patience to do it and think of like
Exactly.
the proper-
I mean, weathering in a real sense is a process. You don't just get a weathered car. That car
Yeah.
has been left in the rain, under the sun. It's a process. That's why it became weathered. So same as painting it, right?
Yeah.
Applying it. There's a process involved in it, so you have to be patient.
And one more thing that I just remembered telling a guy that wanted to ask my process. I think it's Olivier, if you're watching. He had just finished a Falcon actually.
Yes.
Millennium Falcon. When I'm doing my weathering, I make sure that I seal everything, right, with a top coat before to protect my panel lines, my decals, the works that I've done
Yes.
on the painting stages before I do any weathering steps. Okay? But when I do my weathering, after all that, I don't top coat. Yeah, because all that step, dry, wet, mud, the last thing that I'll put there is pigment. You remember my lessons when
Yes.
if all those layers of weathering you've done already, then you top coat with and protect it and seal it with a matte. What's for? I think I've heard the same from Mr. Mig Jimenez, and I agree with him totally. Because if you seal everything that the weathering steps or the layers that you did, you're just gonna end up with one finish, one finish with just different colors. That's my personal choice because you want to highlight the layers that you did.
Some are
Wet,
darker, some are wet,
Yeah.
some are dry.
Yes.
That's what you want them to
And
see.
if you seal with like a top coat of flat, it's just
Then
flat
it's
with
just gonna
different
be
colors.
uniform, exactly,
Yeah, and it
exactly.
kills a lot of the effects that we've done. That you trust me, but up to you if you like to seal it. Some of you guys are like hesitant to. I don't want to leave it with that last step that I did. I want to protect it. But it's paint, guys. Once it's properly cured, Once it's properly cured, it's there for that. Unless you like intentionally.
yeah, and then
rub it.
I've heard people saying like, what if like it's people like for example for pigments, sometimes it falls off if you touch it
will.
forcefully. But the thing is, you're not supposed to touch it. It's
a static
it's
model.
a static model. You have to protect it by display it properly.
The best way, if you've done like military grade, anything that has pigments in it, why not just put it on a base so you can hold it on a base?
You're not supposed to play with it. So who's gonna touch it? That's the thing. If you touch it, then you're making a mistake.
If Nat is here, I think I remember we did like a joke. Leave it outside. It create like it will collect dust. Natural weathering will do. So I'll go back stippling on this one.
Thank you, Keith Deloman. Thank you for your comment. Ben Waters, completely agree with not sealing. Thank you for watching us.
Yay! See, Paolo, the first step, if everyone just like had like a screenshot of what I did here before, it was like one solid dark brown to like black here. Now it has that shadow effect.
Yes.
There. Man, this, I think it's too white, but let's see. There. Good, right, Mickey? So I'll keep working that, blending that. You can see it personally, Paolo. What do you think? It's close enough, right?
And I like it that it's not supposed to be the same. You're replicating it, but it's gonna be different.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing about it.
What another like tip that I keep saying to our team here is, when you're doing weathering, it's not balanced every time.
Yeah,
I put
for
a
sure.
chipping on my right shoulder, I put a chipping on my left shoulder. It's not. Weathering is a natural process that occurs randomly.
It's very random, yeah, random pattern.
So there you go. See that black before? Now I'm going to blend that one. Sometimes what I like to do is when I'm taking out or blending stuff like this, is I'll hit some areas to like within this area, so it kind of like block it in.
Yes.
Blend
yes.
it. I think Omel, this is his next project, weathering. I'm gonna challenge him to do this.
You bet.
Wow!
And another misconception is there people are new to weathering, they kind of put too much.
Yes.
And I'm seeing what you're doing. It's
I'm focusing on one area.
Yeah, exactly. Like spots only. If you can actually, like, some people might not really appreciate it right away because where's the weathering? But it's the details. It's the tiny details. Something that you don't expect. And then when you look closely, you'll see like blotches in there.
See now, you have there. You don't even see it. Correct? I did all the work there, but if you turn there, you can see a hint of brown, black.
Oh yes.
Right?
Which is what it's supposed to look like.
That's the effect I want. So see, that's the second step. Blending it with just your brush, odorless thinner. First step, decide where you want to put it. If it's like staining, blotches, streaking, decide. Second step, let it dry, then blend. Take your time to let it dry, work on other stuff or work on other areas as long as it's manageable for you to go back. Because
Not too
sometimes
much, yeah.
one experience that I had is like I got very impatient, like waiting for it to cure on one area, and I ended up putting everything on one whole
And you were
area,
able to finish.
and it took me 3 hours just to go back and touch up everything. Don't do that. That's why I pick my spot.
Yes.
Right?
You're like queuing your next work
Yeah.
and you have to make sure that you have enough time.
So I'm done with the blotches. I'm pretty happy with the result. I'll and stick with
That's
that.
it. Yep.
Here, see?
Keep saying less is more, definitely.
Yeah,
That's
agree,
the proper
100%.
term, yeah.
Then, what's the next one that
Now
I
I'm
work
excited
with?
with this one.
The streaking,
The
right?
Streaks, yes.
There you go. So I'm
So
gonna.
you just basically put it on earlier,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You took some of your paint and you just place it there, painted it there. Okay. Now I want to see how it transforms
So I see some
into
spots.
streaks.
I have to like go back. See, if I change the angle of my model, I can see spots that I want to like reduce. I want to add. So I'm gonna work on with this streaking, right? So that stain on the top, I'll take out. So I wet my brush. Again, dabbing motion, right? You know when you're doing work like this, it's meditating, you call it?
Yeah, meditative.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you're
You're focusing on that. You block out any other thoughts.
yeah, and
You forget your
the work is repetitive. I
Yes.
tend to like do my magic. Your hum.
Especially if you're like doing the ski,
Yeah.
painting the ski parts, you just focus
Yeah.
on that and you don't think of anything else.
Everyone sees it. So I'm blending the top. I'm removing it because your drag mark is gonna go this way. Correct? So now I'm gonna do my cleanup, but I'm not gonna do everything like a drag mark. I'll pick one or two, maximum three that streaks down, because it's not a heavily weathered one. So see, remember that one? I only like created like a streak here because I know this one will be part of like the engine wherein they put like fuel or oil. So some will stain and it will drag naturally to the back. Okay.
That's one thing. If I'm the one doing that, I'd probably have done that. That thing that you said, that to just drag them all out.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, yeah.
You can, but yeah, not this one. So there's two steps. I can do and pick my spot. Now I'm doing that.
And guys, be aware that this is a personal project of James, and he's really been working hard on it. This is not just a practice piece.
Yeah.
So what he's doing, he has to be happy with what he's doing.
Yes.
He
See?
can't ruin it.
See that? Yes. So now I'm putting my drag marks like that. So clean. So you can have like 1, 2, 3, 4 already, right? So I told you maximum 3. I'll pick out the best ones from this one. One step is this one. I use this for big areas, but for small areas such as that, I'll pick my round tip brush. But I'll show you how this one works. You see, I just moistened up that one.
Moisten it with the thinner.
Yeah, ding ding. Ding. You see that?
Ooh.
You see it all, right?
Yes.
On the camera.
Yes.
There you go. Now,
Looks so easy watching
Yeah.
you. But trust
because
me
of
guys,
that.
it takes like a lot of practice
Yes.
to actually just do it as easy as he does it.
But
Build.
again, when we keep repeating, Paolo and me, every time we say the only way to learn, do it. The only way to master is keep repeating it.
Yeah. Repeating. Repetition.
So now I'm going to pick my spots, clean wherever like I don't see that drag marks very well. One tip is when you're doing that dragging, you don't do this because I go on the side of where I want to strip. It's just pushing it. It's a pushing motion of the paint going that side, like you're dragging it that way. You don't have to like go onto that line because once you do that, you're just gonna take it out.
Okay.
So
okay.
I'm going on the
I get your
side,
point, yeah.
the side of where the streak is, and I clean up that one and push it to the left. See, it's cleaned now. And on this one too, there you go. Now I'm going on my finishing stages, like clean, 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 clean. Very important thing when you're handling like a brush on delicate works such as this is rest your fingers. You do not like put it in the air like that and drag it. You never have any control or whatsoever. Rest.
Yeah, guys, it's very important as well. If you're doing this, you have to be seated properly at least.
There. That's
You
a
have a
proper
proper
angle.
workshop. Yeah.
You can see? Do it. But if I angle it that way, there's your streak. You guys see? Okay? So we're done with the streak. Basic 3 steps.
That's it. I mean, there's one more, but I mean, you're
Yeah.
almost done.
So shadows, we're going to work on that. But let me just clean this one up, okay?
When do you know if it's done?
Visual. General rule is I go back to my backstory. Is it a heavily weathered model? I leave as much as I can if it's a heavily weathered model. Visual contrast is important. The more layers that you build up, it's better. Again, I'm doing only one layer right now and immediately went with a streaking. But my usual step is, I keep repeating, I'll go with the filters first. Filters is the most thinned wash that you can. Maybe it's just 95% thinner, 5% pigment or paint.
It's just to create a little bit of shade.
It creates that monotone blending for all the model. Like I do a general filter for all over my model. When I do
usually after painting, it's dull and it's too clean. It's not realistic.
It's either too glossy, too dull, too monotone. So that you want to like tone it down if it's too sharp or too colorful. So that's filter, just to change the hue. Washes is wherein I pick out the details, like crevices. I create those shadows and stuff like that. Washes, you can do that. Streaking is a heavier type of wash. It has like more paints in them, and streaking is where you create your drag marks.
And you have to remember, guys, streaking in a realistic sense is created for a long time.
Time, gravity.
You had that streak for at least years to get that streak like visible.
True.
So
when you're streaking right beside that, on that level, I'll do my rain marks, drag marks.
I love that, water streaking.
If you're wondering where I put my chipping, that's another question. Because I can put my chipping right after all my washes if it's a new chipping, or I'll do my chipping before any washes if it's an old chipping. Okay? So when I'm done with all my streaking or rain marks, I'll do, if there's like it's a land base, I'll do my mud works.
Yes.
Combination of dry, wet mud. So that's all the heavy like pigments. And after that, I'll go with the last one. The last one that I'll have to apply is pigments.
The pigments, yes.
Yeah, because it's the driest component of your weathering stages, so it has to go last.
Yes.
That's my step, my personal step. I've seen guys that do the same thing. Wherein, salute to the guys. I have to like think of ways of how does it happen on the real world.
Yeah, because pigments,
rains,
in a realistic sense, again, if you see that pigment like dust or mud on a car, it's external. It's from the outside.
Yeah.
So it's more recently placed there.
Yeah. Or if it's like staying on like a desert, how to say, abandoned model or something like, then by all means, dump pigments all the way. So we're done with this one. I think we're ready to like give out like the last or how many?
We can give two more.
Two more.
Let's go. By the way, guys, if you just tuned in, we are giving away a discount code. So,
Yeah.
by the way, we are shipping internationally. So visit our website otakumi.com, and the discount code that we'll be giving out, you can use that on our website. So right now,
Here's one thing.
mm-hmm,
You know where you can use your discount codes on weathering stuff.
exactly.
Hey. Okay.
So right now, W3 @T. W3 @ and the letter T. I see some pattern going on.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a bit of pattern. So guys, make sure to take note of the discount code. We have 4 more characters to go. Well, by the end of the stream, we'll be revealing it. And shout out to all our 27 viewers.
Hey, I think. Oh man, I miss you guys. I see a lot of guys that keep.
Philip Anthony, Badoy, John Weed, Keith Deloman, again Ben Waters. So yeah, they're all.
Wow.
They're not asking as much question as I expected them to be. I think they're
Really?
really focused at what you're doing.
Okay. Thank you.
And if they're not asking,
I'm
that
happy.
probably means that we are explaining it well, right?
If you guys understand all the steps that
But
I've
if
done,
you-
like simplified one, I'm happy.
But if you want to ask, feel free to ask. Just put it on the comment section. And also, guys, we have an ongoing challenge. We need help with our YouTube channel. Help us get 2,000 subscribers by the end of the month, and we'll have our mega sale, which is, if you have not heard, the coolest thing to happen
And that's a good challenge,
in
you know.
Dubai.
If everyone like clicks on that subscribe and okay, here we go.
Yeah, definitely. So, guys, let's all help each other to like spread this amazing hobby. And yep.
Okay,
Back
I'll
to
go
you.
back to the last mod, like this one, creating shadows, right? First one was, I'll show you and go back again, is blotches and staining. Okay, there you can see it properly. The second one was the sticking. With the high gloss model, it's difficult. There. So, yeah, it's there. You can see actually that drag line starts from here, then amplifies it on the source and drags out all here. In person, I can see that clear maybe. Oh, there you go. I create a shadow. There. It's the lighting.
Mm-hmm.
You can see? Like the subtle drag. Okay, so that's streaking, okay? Remember, when you're doing streaking, is where the direction it is. It's either done by speed, gravity, or
Yes.
stuff. It like streaking.
Mhm.
Self-explanatory. It streaks
Yeah,
where you
it
want it.
streaks.
From a source, then streaks down.
It travels.
Yeah. So, this is the shadow. I'm gonna create a shadow on that, right?
I do have a question. I know it's not part of your workshop right now,
Yeah.
but these are burn marks, which is supposedly this is where like
That-
exhaust comes out. This is
Colors.
airbrushed.
It's a combination of airbrush and
Hand painting.
no pigment. So here I'll show you one.
It's
See?
really cool, guys. Especially if you're able to see it up front. It looks like
like
the real
here.
thing.
So this actually is the engine. So you can see all those effects. That's a combination of where I started with the paint. I started with gloss black, then hit it with a silver. Then I hit it again on top of it with
Burnt iron, maybe? No.
the Aclad burnt metal.
Burnt metal.
I use that here to like do that stain on the silver, so it creates that patches, but I don't cover everything. Randomly, I do it where I want.
Yes, I
Then,
can see that. Yeah.
very important when I'm doing suits is Tamiya acrylic flat black thin. I think a
Thin.
lot of guys do that too.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
It has that effect. I think some of the Mac, if you
Tamiya
can see
acrylic
that.
flat
Yeah.
black, which we are out of stock, unfortunately.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Second best option, Mr. Hobby.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
We're
it
out of
creates
stock of that
you
too.
know. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Can I like? Okay, so let's go with the last option then. Weathering pigments, suit.
Yes.
So you can create
Actual
that.
suit.
So when I airbrush that, I created that with attained acrylic.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, it's easy to look at, but definitely
Maybe another
a
run.
lot of trial and error
Yeah.
from your years of experience made you able to gauge how to do that.
Yeah, a lot of practice, man.
A lot of practice. Yeah.
And if you can see, there's like burnt effect, like browns, blue hue. That is created.
So
because
you
of that.
check references, real life
You need to.
references,
You need
just
to.
to get the exact look.
Yeah, with
It has
thrusters
to
like
be,
this,
right? Mm-hmm.
I check like space shuttle thrusters. Main one are aircrafts, modern jet aircraft. So you can
jets,
see all
yeah,
this.
the engine, jet engines. Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
See, you can see those burnt metal effects of those. Then after, you can heat it up with weathering, Tamiya weathering. How do you call that, Mickey? Weathering. The makeup kit.
The makeup kits.
Tamiya weathering.
Yeah,
Weathering sets.
weathering
right?
sets, yeah, they look like
one-
makeup kits,
The set
yeah.
is set B or C with the suit, the black
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
That I use that here. Or you can use ammo pigments too. Suit.
Okay.
So
Alright.
let's go back to the
yeah.
shadows.
Sorry for that.
No problem.
distraction. Okay.
It actually is a cool question, man, for everyone. The topic is weathering. So
Yes. While we're at it, yeah.
clean brush or the one that you use to blend itself. Dump it with your thinners, and I go work. How to say? I'll go to town.
Okay. Good.
See, I'm just gonna blend all
Shadows.
that. And from outside, I'm going to work going to the corners. You know, the transition of this vertical and from this panel. Same way with what I did with the blotch or the staining. But if you remember my step on the blotching, I did the stipple, no? But this one, I'm brushing it off and blending it going inside. Too much. See? I'm not stippling it, I'm brushing it off. Going to the corners. Then the vertical to going to that corner again. You can see it on the camera, Mickey. You can see it, Paolo, no?
Yeah.
Let's focus.
I think it's the movement of my brush that's the problem. Sometimes I have this weird breathing control that when I have a brush, then I go to the model, I stop breathing.
Well,
I-
all experts do that. I mean,
To hold your breath as long as you can.
just to be as steady as possible.
Yeah, it helps. Breathing exercise. Like, this is my COVID test.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer. Hey, stay safe, guys.
I'm not
please.
breathing right now.
Whoa. Testing if your lungs can like last longer.
And this is just pure animal thinner, right?
Yeah,
No paint at
no
all.
paint at all. Just a moist brush and just blending it. Okay, guys, you might think that it's nothing there, right? That's the key. If you think that it's nothing there,
And you
just
look
leave
closer.
it. The lesson that I've learned with weathering
Mm-hmm.
is when I take out everything, I go back at it and dump like paints again.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that, because if I'm pretty sure this one dries without all those enamel it will create that shadow already. Let your weathering steps dry at least a day.
Again, it's a process, guys. Yeah.
My steps, filters, when I do my filters today, I leave it. I'll do my washes tomorrow. So I have that curing time in between my layers to properly settle on that, especially with this one. I'm working on a gloss model. So tomorrow, I'm pretty sure the one that I put here, I can still take out because it's gloss. But on a semi-gloss or flatter
And
finish,
guys, this is actually a pretty advanced painting, because the
Yeah.
thing is, usually you weather matte finished kit.
yeah.
So weathering glossy kit is actually quite pretty advanced. So
And I've read or like seen guys like battle it out on chat groups and stuff.
yeah, it doesn't make sense
Your
to
model
some.
is gloss. Why is it weathered? You can. Come on, guys. Just look at like real life vehicles.
Definitely.
So I actually like experienced weathering gloss finish on one of my builds. It's like a cosmonaut with the helmet. That was my first combination of gloss and weathering. So it's practice. Now that I know what to do with it, I'm applying it with concepts that I have. Like this one, like racing team, right? I never saw any builds like this before, so hey.
James is actually, you innovate. You
Yeah, yeah,
always have innovated from all your builds.
You have to think outside the kit.
You gotta be different. Ben Water saying, I've been practicing weathering on my Star Wars builds. May
Good.
sound funny, but I read some people use makeup for weathering, so I tried it on my X-Wing and it works great. Yes,
Makeup
is
pigment.
weathering as well. It's true. That's what, like, makeup. You put shades,
This-
contour on your face. It's
Paolo.
weathering.
You get killed going outside.
I can't go out now. But I mean, it's the same concept. You guys know
I'm
what I
sorry.
mean.
I think I laughed too hard. Like, Paul is gonna get killed saying that.
I'm not saying the face gets weathered
Okay,
or
here's the
look
question.
weathered or something.
Here's a question. You see, like, guys or women specifically wearing makeup. It's, Hi, nice weathering.
Nice weathering today.
That's funny, Paulo. Okay, going back with
That's when the question comes in. Like,
Yeah.
How's the weather outside?
nice weathering. Paulo, you just created like a loophole.
Well, I mean, you guys know what I mean. It's the same concept altogether. But makeup though, like real makeup that is meant for
It is
your
pigment.
face, it's still pigment,
Yeah, it is
right?
pigments.
So
Like,
it's to
they have additives, man. If Alex is here, man, he can teach us a lot on how to like mix. That guy is a chemist on paints and pigments, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm still blending, working my way, so I don't have that like from the start. This is my first layer of weathering, guys, huh? First layer, I tend to like, I cannot see it. I'll just leave it as that. Then once I keep my add my layers,
You have
I'll-
the more visible parts,
Yeah.
the more prominent ones. How many layers do you usually
For this,
put?
it's not a heavily weathered one, so I think 2 or 3 maximum
Okay.
I'll do. And I'm not even gonna concentrate my heavy weathering on the top. That's just here.
By the way, I think your friend does not recognize you anymore because of your long hair.
Hey! Either!
Yes, it's him.
It's me, man.
With the long hair.
Man, sorry. I know you hate this type, but come here. Come on here. Is that James? Ide, I miss you, man. Love you. Suddenly silence. Talking to Ide.
Waiting for his comment.
Yeah, waiting for his comment. Man, I miss Ide.
Yeah, he said, James, time for a haircut.
Yeah, man. Really time for a haircut. I know. But nowadays, COVID rules, bro.
That's a fun.
So there you go. So I'm just creating shadows right here. That's even like a stark contrast right now. It's like a wash. But I'll try to like blend it out now. I don't know if the camera can pick it out, but this is actually the same tone already. This side going inside, it gets darker as it goes. The one that you see is the line, but it has the tone already here. Ah, there you go. Yeah. Has that green tint wash in it here. I think I'll do another one now, Paolo. So we can. How
We can
long
go
have we been
more
on the
in
stream
depth.
already?
Right now, doesn't say. 1 hour? Oh, we've got 1 hour.
1 hour 12 minutes.
By the way, guys, if you guys are using these kind of paints, especially like animal washes, be sure to don't inhale it. Don't
Yeah.
be careful. Wear a mask as much as possible because they are pretty. They have
Strong
pretty
solvents.
strong
Strong solvents,
solvents. Exactly. So it's not very pleasant to the nose. So.
Especially
Just-
when you're in, like a lot of allergies. In terms
So you
of
guys
smell.
have to be careful as well. Especially for children. Children started
Yeah,
painting.
proper ventilation.
Proper
also.
ventilation, yes, exactly.
So here you go.
And
Stains.
just like that.
Yeah. I want to do here also, so in there on this intake, I think. So I will use the applicator. So I think you can.
By the way, James, this is, I believe, it's for a competition, or
Yeah.
am I
Yeah, it is.
spoiling anything?
No,
it is,
not
right?
really.
It's a for a
It's
competition.
it's out there already. It's
yeah.
announced. So
Can you
I'm
tell us about it?
I'm trying to like join one online competition held by Lincoln Wright from Australia. He is into like Mac.
Okay.
And I think he's one like he organized this one to have that community, feel for Mac
yes,
builders too.
exactly.
So
International.
it actually is like gaining popularity to Mac builders right now. So
That's
if you wanna
cool.
check it. If you wanna check it out, Paint on Plastic group. So
that's the name of the group.
yeah, that's the name of the group. Check it out. It's by Lincoln Wright and join. I think you still have this month, end of the month.
Okay,
Yeah.
but you're almost done,
Oh man.
so you'd be early.
I have this crazy ideas on just like adding a lot on this, so I don't know if I can finish it on time. So, but crossing my fingers. So, yeah. So I think I'm done with the tutorial of that 3 basic steps. And by the way, actually Lincoln has a lot of good tutorials. If my link, if you're listening, man, good tutorials also. So he have a lot of weathering tutorials and all on building too. You can follow him. You can subscribe. He also have Patreon. You can also do
You
that.
can support.
Again, it's not only like Otaku ME. Without the community, we have nothing. So it's
Yeah.
also it's good for us to support anyone that do modeling. We support you. So
That's our
Yeah.
goal here. So if you have the same vision as us,
Yes,
just to
yeah.
spread the hobby,
for example,
we're gonna support.
Ide, he's a good friend of ours. I'll just keep saying, follow Ide. If you're into Gunpla, he's one of the top tier caliber builders out there. Follow his page, and you'll see what I mean. Okay? Ed,
So I miss you guys.
we miss you too. And hopefully you can come back. Or, man, we're organizing something. I'll hit you up. Something about Modelers Cup. Stay tuned also.
Another
Spoiler.
teaser.
Yeah, see? I just like ding. We cannot cut that, but watch out for that. So let's go back working on this.
You
So-
have not used your.
Yeah,
Tips
I'm
and
gonna
tricks.
like use it on like a bigger area.
Okay,
So,
okay.
yeah. Now that you mentioned it, there you go. Here. That area is going to be like when I'm thinking it, dust or stains will pull on that. So let me create heavy there. So now that I'm not even like really gonna let it dry because I'm gonna use what Paulo just asked me to use. Okay. So now while it's wet, the good thing with a swab, call it swab, right?
I don't know what. I forgot what it's called. That you said swab. All I can think of is like swab test.
For you guys, it's cute.
Q-tip.
Q-tip, yeah.
Because
For
Q-tip
the
for me is
rest of the
kind of
world,
like
it's cotton.
Cotton buds.
yeah, cotton buds. Q-tip for me is when I'm playing billiards.
Moving on.
Moving on. So there. You can actually use this as a brush. Remember, this has a different tip. Okay, it's pointed. It's denser. It's
It's actually pretty hard.
Yeah, it is.
It's not
That's
like
the reason
your
why-
regular Q-tip.
for cleanup. This is perfect. I'll just dump like a few or small amount of thinner, and I'll work my way to the corners like that. Then this one can blend. See? Immediately, I have that staining effect on this area.
That's it.
Done.
Quite easy than the brush.
Yeah. I think this will be Mickey's go-to weathering now. A Q-tip and a wash. You know?
I found a loophole.
Loophole. Because
So
you
you-
guys keep doing...
Because of the crease in there or the
Yeah.
gap, usually dirt and grime
Yeah, then I
get stuck
add-
in there.
another layer, a different color, correct? With my Q-tip still have that like stain from the first color and still moist, I try to like do this. And you'll see the effect of two-tone staining now.
See? Loophole.
See, this one looks like the one that I did with that and this. Yeah.
So yeah, guys, you're seeing like tricks here that you can actually use right now. I mean,
Yeah.
if you want to start weathering, you have
And we said basic weathering in 3 steps.
yes. It's easy to get into, but it's really hard to master. That's definitely
The only thing, it's easy. It looks easy on this feed or video, but I encourage you to like make mistakes. The
Exactly.
mistakes will teach you on how to correct it. On how,
Yeah.
I did this. Omel can attest to that. He's one of
I'm a
like
master of mistakes.
he's one of the better students that just keeps learning, creating by mistakes. He do improve, and salute to the guy. He keeps improving, and everyone improves as long as they build.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of guys usually ask, they don't do anything.
Exactly.
That's
So,
a problem.
and-
You keep asking techniques, but you're not doing it. You're not gonna improve. I'm
Once
telling
you
you.
start out, you have to expect that you're gonna mess up.
Yeah.
You are gonna mess up. You
Yes.
have to expect that, and you take it as a challenge and learn from it. That's how you improve.
I think that was our like back and forth discussion on the very first live that we did.
We keep putting it in your minds, inculcating it that practice, practice, repetition, repetition, and then learn from the mistakes, mistakes, and then learn from it. That's really how you level up.
Practice makes progress.
Whoa. See, Mickey has some.
Yes, I can see.
You get like oh man, this is difficult to like show there. It has now a two-tone effect, like the track wash and the Starship
Too close.
Wash. Too close?
Yeah.
There. There you go. Okay? So I'm going back and work on the one that I randomly like put. So what's next, pal?
Okay.
I think we're
I think we're done.
we're done. We only said this is basic 3 steps.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I
You just
actually
have to-
added two
Yeah,
more
2
like
more-
tips.
Yeah.
So 3 steps. We'll go back. First step is pick your spot, moisten your brush. Do not apply it dry or something like that. Moisten your brush, get your paint, pick your areas that you want to put. Second is let it cure. Okay? Let it cure. The third one, blend away on the effect that you want. Whether it's
It has to
streaking,
blend. It has to
Yeah.
make sense being there. Yeah.
whether it's streaking, blotches, staining, shadows, you have to blend properly. That number 2 step is the key. Let it cure. Wait it out before you blend. Unless you want like a sloppy wash, then just take a tissue or a
yeah,
cloth and
yeah.
just wipe it down. That's also cool. And a lot of like no, you can but with models like this, no. With like intricate details, you'll end up like pulling a lot of stains or weather effects on corners that you don't want. On bigger surfaces like big models or even like replica guns, a lot of guys do that. Even Adam Savage, I've seen it.
Yeah.
But according to him, he only do that to create visual interest. But if you're doing something like a quality build or like a
Technical,
museum
something
piece,
technical, yeah.
you don't do that. You go step by step. Okay?
Makes sense. Yeah.
So, there you go, guys. Hope you learned today. How many viewers?
We're down to 18, but yeah, well, thank you so much anyway, guys.
Thank
And
you for
I
staying. For the
hope
guys
you
that
guys
stay.
learned a lot from what we did here. It's very enlightening, actually,
Yay.
and yeah, we learned a lot of like simple tricks that we can probably try, and you guys can try as well if you're at home. You can replay this video again.
We're going to upload it on YouTube, no?
We're going to upload it on our YouTube channel. You can check it out on Facebook as well, and then you just keep watching it, and then just try it out while you're listening to James. Just try it
First
out
step
as well.
when they go back to YouTube, subscribe first, then watch the videos.
Subscribe and click on that bell, notification bell. So right now, I guess it's time to
Wrap it
some
up.
of the guys are, I'm pretty sure, waiting for this. We're gonna give out our discount code. We're gonna show all last 4, Mickey. But before that, James, since you haven't been live for quite some time,
Yeah, I think it was
I want
too-
you to do the honors. Spin the wheel, whatever number it stops. Stops on. that will be the discount. That
Is it automatic? Where's the button?
unfortunately we assembled this for 2 hours, and it's not automatic.
Okay.
So yeah, it needs some magic touch.
So I'm just gonna close this one so I don't create
Don't weather it.
weathering on the table. I'll get killed. So
All right,
let's start.
ready? Let's go.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
15, 20, 25,
I think
or
we're gonna
30.
be lucky with 30.
Who knows? Probably. I think you're gonna
Okay.
be the guy, because no one has got 30 before. Okay. Okay.
It's 20.
That's 20.
20.
See?
You know what, James? Do it again.
Do it again?
Do it again.
Do it again. Okay.
Okay.
Give me 3 tries. The highest
Okay,
one, maybe?
The highest one. That's what
Okay,
we're gonna
3
do.
tries. The highest one will do it like
First
that.
is 20.
20.
Okay. So James are trying to get the 30. This is 15.
Take it out. So,
15.
one more.
Okay, one more.
One more. I'm going like heavy now.
Okay.
1, 2.
30, 30, 30, 30, 30. Oops, 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 oops. Oh,
Oh man.
oh 20.
20,
It's another
man.
20.
Sorry, it's really 20. So,
Guys, we tried our best, but the spinner or the wheel of
The wheel has spoken.
the wheel has spoken. It's 20% off. Let's go, Mickey. Let's reveal the code. W3 @THZRI.
1.
1. ZRI 1.
yeah. Better hurry up, guys. Like Omar is right here.
We have audiences here, and they're actually ordering already. So you guys have to be fast.
Nice.
Yes.
That's nice.
W3 @THZR1. So guys,
It's like
yeah, I know Thursday it was 25, but we tried 3 times.
Sorry,
but
guys.
we got
Maybe-
20%.
Don't let me like hold that again.
Okay.
Hey, I miss doing this live, Paulo. Like
Yeah, we have
schedule
to do
again,
it
man.
more often now. And yes, guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
You
you.
have that code. We're gonna post that code on our Facebook page as well. But hurry up. 4 users will be able to use it. W3
One is running right now.
@THZR1.
One guy is going to claim it right now, going out.
One guy is running right now.
20% off on our website, otakume.com. And I guess that's it for today.
Yep.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. And remember, the challenge is still on. Help us get 2,000 subscribers on YouTube
Yes, please.
by the end of the month. And let's have that mega sale. Thank you so much, James.
Thank you, Paulo.
Thank you.
Guys, stay safe
And
and
always remember,
think outside the kit.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.